Alright, so this is week 8 of the Iron Reach StarCraft League, and it is literally Bismarck, the red Zerg on the bottom left, against Nukenoodles, the teal Zerg on the top right. They're playing their match on Eternal Empire, the very well designed, very ugly map. And with me is Nothership casting.
Yep. Allow me to appear remarkably prescient by predicting that both players will go for a hatch first, because I have not seen this replay before.
Yes, there was a mix-up in recording if anyone's watching this after we're streaming. So, we have seen most of this match. I think it's most of this.
Zerg versus Zerg mirror.
Yeah.
Both players opening with a hatch first, followed by a gas and then a spawning pool.
Both hitting their timings very well. Yeah, Zerg versus Zerg is, it's a tough one, especially when the other player is good, because it's just so volatile. So, Eternal Empire, it's a really cool map design for fights, I think, where you do have this central path that's got a ton of choke points in it.
Yeah.
That's very hard for an army to move through, and you have these side passes where a large army can move through them easily, but they take a long time. They can be intercepted.
It is a great map tactically. There are lots of interesting features, the combat pathing, the rocks, these center bases with the rich geysers. There's lots of interesting stuff going on here. It just looks
like it. It looks like the Book of Eli. So, yeah, both players are happy there's no 12 pool, but they are sending their Zerglings to look at each other. Nukenoodles does see that Bismarck has Zerglings, I think, with that Zelnaga tower.
And Biz is taking an early third, which Nuke has spotted with his Overlord.
Yeah.
And the Zerglings run past the Queens.
Baneliness going down for both players. Skitter a little bit later, but does have a better economy at army.
Bismarck kills one drone, loses 4 Zerglings.
Yeah.
And both players now skirmishing around Biz's third as Zergling speed finishes for both of them.
You can see Bismarck's Zerglings just sprouted wings. It's too bad that the Cerberus skin doesn't have wings. Maybe it does, and it's just... Yeah, it does look like they have wings. It's just hidden a little on the skin. Also because they're running.
And Nuke pushes forward with the Queens to intercept Biz's Zerglings.
Yeah. But does move out a little bit too far with these very, very slow fat units, I think.
Yeah. And Biz is able to take out most of Nuke's Zerglings and keep several of his alive.
Yeah. Biz did just get ahead in the worker count with the wave of drones.
Yep. Although Nuke is starting a lair.
Yeah. Zerglings in the mineral line get repelled. And this queen does get surrounded by 4 Zerglings with 4 more on the way. And
will be picked off.
Yep. That's why you shouldn't move your queen so far off creep. Neither player is really creeping. Biz has one creep tumor. Nukenoodles doesn't even have that.
Nuke has 2 bases, a lair, no roach warren, and 4 gas geysers, which I would predict means a spire, also because I, again, have seen this before, but
yeah, if a Zerg
spire.
is going 4 gas, an early lair, and no roach warren, that Zerg is getting something that flies.
And Nuke is attacking Biz's third, killed several drones, and is now being attempting to run into the main past the Zerglings, but will likely lose this fight.
Yeah. Loses the fight, doesn't kill anything in the main, but does get a nice scout and sees that Biz had the same thought about the spire.
In order to prepare for the spire, Biz has what looks like a few spore crawlers and several queens.
Yeah, and cancels Nuke's third. Oh no, doesn't cancel, kills it. That's good. The Nuke could use these minerals, actually.
Banelings get not great connections, take out a few lings.
Yeah. And yeah, Bismarck is committing to roaches, getting roach speed and damage.
Yep. But the Mutalisks are about to finish, and roaches unfortunately do not shoot up, so...
And roaches kill all these Zerglings.
Yep.
Don't even lose one. Because roaches are good against Zerglings. Mutalisks come by and see the roaches.
And over here we have the slowest chase in the world as this queen walks halfway across the map to kill an overlord.
Where?
Up in the top left.
Okay, you can ping.
Yep.
But... oh well, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, much more interesting anyway are these roaches all dying to the Mutalisks.
Yeah. They do get spine crawlers. And the Mutalisks are out to do damage. Let's see what they do. There are also Banelings heading out there and a few Zerglings. And the Mutalisks see how well this is defended and don't stick around. And the Banelings sacrifice themselves into a roach. Not the most shining attack.
The Mutalisks attempt to chase down the roaches, but there are spore crawlers and queens everywhere.
Yeah.
So they will content themselves with killing a few overlords.
That's not bad. That's some damage, but honestly that's a lot of investment in Mutalisks for very little damage.
Yeah.
Along with Zerglings, they do kill a few roaches in the third.
Yeah.
A few drones, sorry.
But only 10 drones killed, and Nuke has invested quite a lot into these Mutalisks and lost several of them.
Yeah, and loses more engaging the Hydralisks and Queens.
This does not appear to be paying off the way he would have wanted.
But he is going to commit with air weapons, which are very good when you're facing ground. If you were facing air, then air armor would have been better. But
Mutalisks and Banelings move to engage, and Banelings all die before they reach the army. One connects with the roaches, but...
a lot of them connect with the roaches, but they deal 15 damage against roaches with +1 armor. And a roach has... I can't look at a full health roach. 145
health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not great.
Nuke gets a few more drone pickoffs here, but...
yeah. Nuke is ahead economically.
Yeah. Mining off of 3 bases, better drone count, as Biz has lost several drones in each of his bases.
Yeah. But Noodlisks just don't trade well with Hydralisks.
Although the vibe macro player in me is concerned at the oversaturation in both of the main and the natural, while having not enough drones at the third. Although,
yeah,
this army is probably the more pressing concern.
I mean, it is why Nukenoodles is 10 workers ahead. Not anymore now that the Hydralisks are just sniping workers.
Yeah.
He's 10 workers ahead, but the mineral income is pretty much the same.
And these Mutalisks attempt to engage into the Hydralisks, and it does not go well for them.
Yeah. Once you've got this many... Yeah, a few Hydralisks are headed out to check for a fourth, but there is no fourth. And Roach Hydra are just going to go in and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They snipe Banelings.
Banelings kill one Hydra, but
yeah.
This is not looking good for Nuke.
No. Mutalisks are all dead, Hydralisks are in, and GG well played. Alright. So the vibe style won.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember Automaton Oli very well. Alright. It's an interesting looking map. It's got its quirks. It's a little ugly, but you know. Not all players will bow down to my aesthetic.
So in the right top-ish, we have Bismarck, the red Zerg. And on the left bottom-ish, we have Skitter or Nuke, the blue Zerg. Looking at this map.
Yeah, there are 2 gold bases in the middle that can be mined from the back if you destroy the rocks.
That is an interesting feature.
Yeah. It is not very choky. If I'm looking at it correctly. It's very dark, so I can't tell.
Yeah. There's a lot of open spaces. There, I guess these ramps might be kind of choky, but you could also just go around.
Yeah, they're relatively wide ramps.
Yeah.
So, this does look like not a 12 pool, but a bit of an early pool for Nukenoodles.
Yep.
And yep, so it does look like Nukenoodles is going to try to cheese it. That's 8 Zerglings on the way, Zergling speed. But still mining gas.
Yeah.
Which, if you were going to go pure Zergling, you'd cut the gas mining after getting enough for speed. So Baneling's nest
starting a Baneling
down.
nest.
Very important in ZVZ.
And Biz spots these Zerglings moving across the map.
Biz also goes into Zerglings. No more drone production. Spine crawler in the mineral line.
Spine crawler in the main. That's...
Yeah. Zerglings coming out and attacking with drones. Pulling drones to attack. That's interesting. And...
Although Nuke's Zergling speed has almost finished and Biz has yet to start. This is...
So that's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Alright, Baneling's on the way for Nukenoodles. But they're going to go down. Yeah. And Queen's blocking the ramp. So nothing's going to enter the main. And yeah, Nukenoodles has given up, is expanding, and is now behind.
Biz has done a remarkable job holding this.
Yeah. Overlord gonna move away from the naturals so that he can't be sniped by a queen. And yeah, they're minding the thirds. And if Biz wanted to go crazy, he could expand at this point.
Nuke's Queen is very slowly pushing Biz's Overlord away.
Yeah, that Overlord is gonna die. And it pops.
Yep.
And we missed an attack because all these things. Well,
Roachwarren on the way.
and Zergling speed finally on the way.
Zergling speed finally on the way.
A little late for that. Might as well save the gas for Roach speed. And Olaire. But, you know. Whatever works. Yeah, so that's...
Nuke is pushing out with a couple of Zerglings to go attack the third, and has a Baneling waiting just out of vision, presumably to...
Yeah, but the Baneling isn't moving.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
Loses a few more Zerglings than he needed to, but...
Yeah, and the hatchery is gonna survive.
Yeah.
And the Queen trope is on their way, heading down very slowly. They transfuse the hatchery, and yeah, gonna kill these Zerglings.
Zerglings sacrifice themselves to allow this Baneling to sneak away.
Queens don't confirm the kill on the Overlord. Baneling runs in, and, well, does kill a creep tumor.
Kills a creep tumor.
Not completely useless.
More Zerglings move across the map.
Yeah, but it's gonna be much harder to deny the base now that it's connected with creep.
Yeah.
No lair, so no roach speed. And they do cancel the eggs. Zerglings come in to do some trouble.
But
and
there's still the spine in the main from the initial attack, so cleaned up without too much trouble.
Both players on 3 bases. Nukenoodles actually ahead on workers after that start.
Yep.
And the Roach army is moving across.
Yep.
Range attack for both players, and armor for Bismarck. But no roaches for Nukenoodles. Oh no, a few roaches.
Yep.
Roughly Equal amount of roaches? Yeah, no, a few more for Bismarck, but
This is a slight lead here, but
nope. Now
roughly equal.
Nukenoodles has a slight lead. And the upgrade advantage. +1 roaches versus +0 roaches. All of which are slow.
This game looks roughly even across the board. Similar roach counts, similar drone counts.
I'm not sure exactly when, but at a certain point, Nukenoodles did seem to manage to dig himself out of the hole he was in the beginning of the game. But yeah, I mean, as the counter to that is that Bismarck just has 30 more army supply, which is significant. And he's maintaining that lead.
Much of that is in a large queen lead, which will not help him kill Nuke, so...
Yeah. But Roach Ravager is a good composition for killing an enemy. So that's speed Roach Ravager against normal roaches, and they're gonna cement that advantage.
This is not gonna go well for Nuke.
Yeah, they're stutter stepping while killing all of these roaches. That's almost double the army supply.
Yeah.
And these bile hits land.
Yeah. And Nuke is starting a 4th, which is going to be cancelled.
It's going to be cancelled. Okay, it got cancelled.
Yeah.
And all of these roaches run in and die because they were slight miss micro. Yeah, this looks like it's a game-ending attack.
This looks like a game-ending attack, yeah. That is now almost 5 times the army supply, 6 times the army supply.
Yeah. Now it's pointless to measure the army supply advantage.
Yeah.
GG goes down, and Biz wins 2-0.